And James Hoffa is with us. James P. Hoffa, the attorney and general president of the International Brotherhood of Teamsters. Their website, of course, teamster.org. President Hoffa, welcome back to the program.
Well, it's great to be here, Tom.
Great to have you with us. I'm curious your thoughts on, now both auto companies, Chrysler and General Motors, have issued statements saying, sorry, Romney doesn't speak for us, essentially calling him a liar. And yet, Romney's doubling down on these lies. They've got a new radio ad out suggesting, now they've gotten, this one apparently has gone through the lawyers. It doesn't say that Jeep is moving jobs to China. It simply says, that they're expanding their Chinese operations in a way that makes you think that they're moving the jobs to China. In fact, they're not. What's your take on all this?
Well, I'm from Michigan, the auto center of the United States, and, everything he's done has been wrong from the beginning. When he wrote that editorial in the New York Times that's saying that let Detroit go bankrupt, he's been wrong ever since, but the interesting thing is he hasn't backed off. I think we all know that the loans to the auto companies, to Chrysler and General Motors, basically saved the auto industry. Today we have a thriving auto industry of Ford, Chrysler, and General Motors. We're producing the best cars in the world. We're producing record amounts of cars. We're putting shifts on. Thousands of people have gone back to work. So he doesn't know how to deal with that. That has a tremendous impact both in Michigan and Ohio, two key states. So he's coming up with these rather absurd things about, that they're going to make the Jeep in China, which has been denied by Chrysler. I mean, I don't know where he's coming up with, but he's wrong. The most interesting thing is he came to Michigan a few months ago, and instead of coming here and, I don't know what he wanted to talk about, he starts talking about how the bailout was wrong. Right. To me, that is absolutely the wrong way to campaign in Michigan.
Yeah.
And this is a big issue also in Ohio, which everybody's watching Ohio, because 1 in 8 jobs in Ohio are tied to the auto industry. So for him to double down and to be making up these stories about moving stuff to China and it was wrong to save the auto industry, I think that people who have been put back to work are saying, is this guy crazy?
Well, maybe he's crazy like a fox. I mean, there's a lot of people who don't spend a lot of time paying attention to politics. They do watch advertisements on TV and listen to ads on the radio. You've got a huge right-wing radio infrastructure that will support Romney no matter what lie he tells, and with a lot of listeners. It may be that throwing the most outrageous lies out there. I mean, Franklin Roosevelt famously paraphrased the book Mein Kampf. In fact, here, listen to this. This is Franklin Roosevelt in the election of 1940. I think it was 1940. The election of 40, as I recall. And in any case, here he is. He's talking about the Republican tactics.
Remember, a number of years ago, there was a book, Mein Kampf.
Mein Kampf.
Written by Hitler himself. The technique was all set out in Hitler's book, and it was copied by the aggressors of Italy and Japan. According to that technique, you should never use a small falsehood, always a big one, for its very fantastic nature would make it more credible. If only you keep repeating it over and over and over again.
And then he goes on to riff about how the Republicans are doing just that. And it's like, how much time changes and yet things don't change.
Oh, I agree. I think that we've seen tremendous amount of lying and misrepresentations by the Republicans and by Romney in this campaign. The one thing that impresses me is, Obama tells people exactly what he's doing, what his tax plan are, who he wants to raise taxes on, the 2%, what he wants to do with the 98%. He basically lays it right out. And when you watch the Republicans and Romney, you never can tell. He talks about, his forefathers. He talks about this. He talks about that. But you never hear him say that I want to privatize Social Security.
Right.
You never hear him say, I want to send you a voucher for your Medicare. You never hear him say, I want to raise taxes, cut taxes for the rich, get rid of the capital gains tax, get rid of the minimum wage. You never hear him say that because if he ran on that, which he is running on, which is on his website, he couldn't get elected. So you never hear him talk about the real issues. He makes up these fantastic lies about, sending Jeeps or going to make Jeeps in China, which has been absolutely categorically denied by Chrysler. So you're right. It's the big lie theory. And I don't think that's going to work right now. I think we're we got about 6 days to go here. We're in the final stretch in this election. Mm-hmm. And I think these kind of lies are not going to turn the election around right now. I think we've got, a close race here, but I think Obama's going to win it. I think he's going to carry the major states of Wisconsin, Minnesota, Michigan, Ohio, and I think, Illinois, California, and I think he'll be in good shape. It's going to be a closer race, but I think we're going to be able to pull it out.
The new Romney ad says Mitt Romney has a plan to help the auto industry. We went to his website. We're unable to find any plan. Politico asked the campaign for the plan, and they got no answer. Do you have any idea what Romney's plan is for the auto industry?
Well, he doesn't have a plan. That's like he's the same thing about, I have a plan to put people back to work. His plan is for tax cuts for the rich.
So this is sort of like, of course.
How is that going to put anybody back to work? The rich people are going to get richer. How does that put some guy who's unemployed back to work?
Well, it might help a couple of Swiss bankers or somebody down in the Cayman Islands.
Maybe that, or maybe some crumbs will fall off the table when he eats caviar.
Yeah.
But I don't see, this has been pointed out a number of times. He makes all these statements about, 23 million people out of work. But he says, I have a plan, and then you ask him what the plan is, and it's tax cuts for the rich.
Right. Yeah, it was just like, Newt Gingrich's, contract with America. 6 out of those 10 things all pointed to the same piece of legislation, which was tax cuts for the rich. It's incredible.
That's right. He has, as Obama said, he doesn't have a 5-point plan. He has a 1-point plan.
Right.
Tax cuts for the rich.
There you go. James P. Hoffa, the international president of the International Brotherhood of Teamsters, General President. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.